So, get this, researchers are saying they've spotted a planet super different from anything we've seen before. NASA, the space guys, say it's cool not just because of its size and where it is, but because it seems to give off artificial light. Are we about to learn something crazy that'll change how we see the universe? Could this mean there's life out there? Back in '07, NASA launched Dawn to check out cool stuff in our solar system. It had these ion engines and first spent over a year looking at Vesta, the second biggest asteroid. Dawn sent back awesome pictures and info that showed us a lot about Vesta's surface and history. After that, Dawn went to check out the dwarf planet Ceres, which was even more exciting. Thanks to its engines, Dawn could leave Vesta and head to Ceres, which wouldn't have been possible with normal engines. These engines let Dawn travel super far and get into orbit around Ceres. An Italian astronomer spotted Ceres way back in 1801. It's the biggest thing in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. For a while, it was called the smallest dwarf planet until they changed the rules in 2006. Ceres is about 950 kilometers across and has the most stuff in the asteroid belt. One of the coolest things about Ceres is that it's weird. Scientists were pumped to see the first close-up pictures, which showed bright spots all over the surface, especially in a big crater. These spots made everyone curious and got people thinking. Before dawn, the best pictures of Ceres were blurry ones from the Hubble telescope. We didn't know much about this dwarf planet, so everyone was excited to see what Dawn would find. The goal of the Dawn mission was to learn more about how the solar system formed and how water helped planets grow. The bright spots on Ceres, which they've also seen on other asteroids, might be made of stuff that reflects light, like salts left over from evaporated water. This hinted at the chance of ice volcanoes that shoot out water or brine instead of lava. But what are these lights, really? What do they tell us about Ceres? Could they be from geological stuff happening now, or something even wilder? Ceres is different from other stuff in the asteroid belt because of its size, how much it weighs, what it's made of, and if there's water there. It's more like a comet than those rocky asteroids. After 2 years, Dawn finally got close to Ceres in early 2015. The pictures got better and better, showing us a world we'd never seen before. The first photos showed craters, which meant it had been hit a lot. But the bright spots were what everyone was talking about. As the pictures got clearer, scientists started guessing what the spots were. Were they ice reflecting the sun, or something else? People guessed everything from minerals to ice volcanoes. Turns out, the brightest spot wasn't just one thing, but a bunch of spots. The most likely idea is that they're salt deposits from water that evaporated. This means Ceres might have some sort of geological activity that pushes water to the surface, where it turns into gas and leaves behind bright stuff. This changed what we thought about Ceres and made us see it as more alive than we thought. If there's water under the surface, that could mean a lot for the chance of life somewhere else in the solar system. Ceres is like an icy world with a rocky surface. It's made of water, ice, and minerals, which makes it less heavy than rocky asteroids. It's got a rocky outer layer with ice trapped inside, which is why it's more like a comet. They think Ceres has a rocky inside and a water ice core, which makes up half the planet. If the core was hot a long time ago, there might have been liquid water on Ceres. This makes Ceres different and brings up cool questions about geological action and how water shaped it. But wait, there's more. They found ammonia clays, which means Ceres might have started in the colder parts of the solar system before moving closer. Ammonia could make water freeze slower, so there could be brine on the surface. These findings teach us more about Ceres and how icy stuff formed in the solar system. Ice volcanoes are a weird geological thing. Unlike normal volcanoes, they shoot out stuff like water, ammonia, or methane. They're in liquid or gas form because it's so cold. On Ceres, ice volcanoes let salty water rise. When it hits space, it turns into gas real quick. This leaves behind shiny salt deposits that make the bright spots on Ceres. The most famous spot is in a crater, and people call it Spot 5. It gets a lot of attention because it reflects light well, and Dawn has seen it change over time. These changes are probably from water turning into gas, which means ice volcanoes might still be happening on Ceres now. The area isn't the only one with spots. They're spread out, which hints that there may be ice volcanism everywhere on Ceres. This indicates that this dwarf planet is dynamic. As Dawn sent back better pictures, they showed lots of craters, each telling a story about Ceres' past. This has changed how we see Ceres. It's no longer a frozen rock. It's a living world. The bright spots keep scientists curious because they might be signs of geological stuff or even water that helps life. Studying Ceres helps us understand icy stuff in the solar system. The materials on Ceres' water ice, ammonia clays, and salt could tell us about the chemicals and conditions of other stuff like it. Also, ice volcanoes on Ceres make us think about geological action on icy planets and moons everywhere, even on planets outside our solar system. Could it mean that places we thought were dead might have stuff happening and be able to support life? Dawn is proof that space exploration is cool. The stuff it sent back has changed how we see the solar system. As we dig into the mysteries of Ceres, each find helps us understand how planets and moons change. For now, the bright spots on Ceres are one of the most interesting things we're looking at in space. But there's more to come. As stuff gets more advanced and we send more missions, there's a chance we'll learn even more. Ceres, which used to seem like a boring dwarf planet, is now a mystery. One day, its surface, inside, and bright spots might teach us about the early solar system and how planets formed. The chance of life on Ceres is still interesting. As we keep looking at Ceres, it makes science fiction seem real. The idea of life out there, which was just a thought, is now a real question. Could there be tiny life in pockets of water on Ceres? Could other icy moons have conditions for life? These are the questions that will drive the next space missions and might teach us things about the universe. As we plan to send humans and spacecraft to see these distant places, Dawn's finds will shape what we think is possible. From Ceres' icy surface to its bright spots that might mean water, the dwarf planet shows us that we don't know about our solar system. The mission to see Ceres isn't over, and each new find gets us closer to the secrets of this planet. So what do you think about? If you like that, hit like and subscribe for more space news. Dawn is still sending back data. Scientists are just getting started with what they can learn about Ceres. The bright spots have made people curious and got them thinking about what could be happening there. Because these spots are all over it. Ceres, discovered way back in 1801, is the biggest thing in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. For a while, it was called the smallest dwarf planet, that is until 2006. It's about 950 kilometers across and is the heavyweight of the asteroid belt. What makes Ceres special? Wait for it, those strange, bright spots all over it, especially in that big crater. Scientists were dying to get a closer look. Before dawn, Hubble could only get blurry pics. So, the promise of detailed observations from Dawn caused a buzz among astronomers and space geeks. Dawn's goal was to help us learn about how the solar system formed and if water helped develop planets. These bright spots, also seen on other asteroids, might be super shiny salts left behind when water evaporated. It hints that cryovolcanism is going on, where water or brine erupts instead of lava. But what are these lights and what do they mean for Ceres? Could it be geology or something else? Ceres is different from your average asteroid because of its size, mass, what it's made of, and the chance of water being there. Instead of being rocky, it's more like a comet, which could tell us things about the early solar system. After cruising for 2 years, Dawn got to Ceres in early 2015. It was kind of a big deal because it was the first time we got a detailed look at the biggest object in the asteroid belt. As Dawn got closer, the pictures got clearer, revealing a world we'd never seen before. The first shots showed a cratered surface, but everyone was focused on the mysterious bright spots in the dark areas. As the images got better, scientists started guessing what they were. Ice reflecting sunlight? Maybe minerals? Or cryovolcanoes? Turns out, the brightest spot was made up of different areas. The best guess so far is that they are salt deposits from water that evaporated. This shows that Ceres either had or maybe still has geological activity that pushes water or brine to the surface, which then evaporates and leaves behind shiny salt. This changed what we thought about Ceres, making it seem more alive than we thought. The chance of water under the surface could mean a lot when it comes to life existing somewhere other than Earth. Ceres is often called an icy world. It has a rocky but porous surface. It has a mix of water ice and hydrated minerals, which makes it less dense than other asteroids. It's got a rocky outer layer with trapped ice that makes it a bit like a comet. People think Ceres has a rocky mantle and a core packed with water ice, which makes up about half of it. The mantle could be a mix of rock and brine, kind of like that other planet. If radioactive decay heated the core early on, that could have made liquid water. This makes Ceres different from the other asteroids and raises all sorts of questions. But hold on, there's more. Ammonia clays on Ceres suggest it might have started in a colder part of the solar system before moving inward. This ammonia could lower the freezing point of water and allow brines to exist on the surface. These facts about Ceres not only tell us about this dwarf planet, but also give us a peek into how icy objects form and change in the solar system. Cryovolcanism, which is pretty rare compared to regular old volcanoes. Instead of lava, ice volcanoes shoot out stuff like water, ammonia, or methane. On Ceres, cryovolcanoes let salty water rise to the surface, which will evaporate quickly in space, leaving behind shiny salt deposits. That is, those bright spots that you see by craters. Scientists are excited about it because of how reflective it is and how it seems to change over time. These changes probably come from water sublimation and suggest that cryovolcanoes might still be active on Ceres. Besides that main spot, Ceres has others spread around its surface, which means cryovolcanism might be pretty common. As Dawn sent back clearer and clearer images, they showed a surface full of craters is helping us understand about Ceres's history. All in all, these findings about Ceres have changed how we see things, and what we understand is that it might be an active world. The bright spots in the crater keep stoking scientists' curiosity in potential geological activity and if there is liquid water in the planet. Studying Ceres has effects way beyond that dwarf planet. What's inside the water ice deposits can give us clues about the chemistry and environment of other celestial bodies too. It brings questions about how other icy moons and dwarf planets might be more active than we thought. Could there be life too? NASA's Dawn mission shows how powerful space exploration can be. The data has already changed how we understand the solar system. As we learn more about Ceres, we are getting the picture, and more missions launching that will reveal more to come. Ceres went from being a forgotten dwarf planet to a center of mystery. Its surface, inside, and bright spots might hold the key to understanding the early solar system and how planets formed. If Ceres has the ingredients for life, what it might potentially bring is an exciting thing that it keeps researchers that have a passion in the field. As we explore Ceres, it's getting hard to tell the difference between science fiction and reality. Life on other planets has been a real question that has been asked recently. Could it be an existence of life? As we send out more spacecraft or even humans, the discoveries Dawn are the foundation to understanding what can be in the universe. The series to bright spots, it shows that there is much to uncover in our solar system. The mission to explore Ceres is still ongoing. Scientists are just getting started on what can be found about Ceres. The bright spots have sparked not only scientific curiosity but also public attention. There is a lot of questions that are unanswered that brings future testing and research that might potentially be geological or even biological activity. While the Dawn spacecraft has already made big steps, the advancement of technology brings further images and measurements. Hopefully this will allow scientists to discover the possibilities of theories based on new findings.